How we doing, everybody? UFC Thoughts here, and today I'm going to be going over a topic that, well, for lack of better terms, seems like it's getting run into the ground. I'm very late to the striker conversation, but I'm doing a little twist. Instead of my top 15 strikers in the entire UFC, I'm just going to be going over who I think the best striker is, ranked-wise, in every division. It might seem like I'm late, I swear. I've had this in my video ideas for, 2 days. All right, let's start. Flyweight. Flyweight, I'm going to go with Steve Erceg. I think this is the easiest pick in the entire thing besides maybe Bantamweight. I think just Steve Erceg, his boxing is very clean. He's overall very just sound on the feet. I think I'd take him in a striking match against literally everybody in this division. Maybe a guy like Manel Kape might be able to give him, but then even then, Manel Kape was getting outstruck at moments by Felipe Dos Santos when they fought. Flyweight is kind of a weird division, just striking-wise, I'd say. I think Steve Erceg, he just has the cleanest boxing, cleanest striking. He's able to mix in everything very well. He also has a chin, which will factor into my ranking, because chin, I don't think anyone's able to knock him out on the feet. His chin is in the air sometimes, but that's because of the quickness in the flyweight division. Everyone's so fast down there at 125. But you're never going to see him like fucking Nicolau or Matt Schnell just getting folded. And even then, the finishes he's had in the UFC have been beautiful. The KO on Matt Schnell especially. I know it's Matt Schnell, but like that left hook was crisp. And in the striking exchanges with Alexandre Pantoja, he looked very fucking good. So, was able to land elbows and shit. Great striker, Steve Erceg. We move. Bantamweight. Again, Sean O'Malley is the clear-cut contender here. The only other guy at Bantamweight I think you could put is maybe Piotr Jan. Corey Sandhagen's probably third. But I don't think any of them hold a candle to Sean O'Malley, even Piotr, if I'm being honest. Sean O'Malley, because I think Piotr, he was getting outstruck by Sean O'Malley in moments. I think if they fight now, I think Sean O'Malley beats him again. Even though their first fight was close. It's been a long time since that fight. Sean O'Malley, he's so precise on the feet. He's so dynamic with his striking patterns. It's very hard to catch him. And Piotr Jan was able to catch him. I'll give him that. But Sean O'Malley, we've also seen, has a pretty decent chin on him. He's able to take a shot. His defense is pretty good. His head movement's pretty good. His speed, overall power in his hands also is very good. And he's the only guy in the bantamweight division I see having a chance against Merab Dvalishvili, if I'm being honest. Because he's so dynamic on the feet. He can throw a fucking front kick. He can throw a knee up the middle. He hits so hard. There's nothing else to say. Sean O'Malley is that guy at bantamweight, striking-wise. Piotr Jan is just like, he's had too many fights where he's losing. You know what I mean? He's lost too many fights. He's had too many close fights, too. Like, especially as of recent. I don't know. We move. Featherweight. Ilia Topuria. I'm kind of a bit of a boxing fan. I love the sweet science, and I think there's no one in the UFC that does it better than Ilia Topuria. He is very clean. Joshua Van has pretty slick striking, but he just got KO'd. Ilia Topuria, on the feet, he is just so fucking clean, man. And again, like, the way he was able to dispatch of Alexander Volkanovski, I think a lot of people do take into consideration that Volkanovski was coming off the KO from Islam a little bit too much. I think any version of Volkanovski is going down cold from that right hand he landed. He's so... he's a marauder, man, but it's what he is, but he's more clean than a marauder. He's super defensively sound. Lucas Tracy has made some great points on Ilia Topuria defensively. He's a husking guy. He leans over, hides the chin very well. His hooks on the inside, I am very intrigued to see how Max Holloway's chin is able to hold up against Ilia Topuria. I know I've said I think Max beats him, but this is a first fight. I didn't think Justin Gaethje was going to knock him out. I said Justin Gaethje might be able to knock him down, but not knock him out. Ilia Topuria at 145 can knock out Max Holloway. It is a very, very possible outcome. And it doesn't help that Ilia Topuria is one of the slickest strikers at 145. The only other guy at 145 that I think has a chance of being up there is like Volk, Max. Yair Rodriguez I almost went with, but I think Yair Rodriguez has just had on the feet at 145, you know what I mean? Where he's been clipped, he's been bloodied up, he got knocked out by Volkanovski, so Volkanovski I immediately put above him. So, Yair Rodriguez is probably the most dynamic striker at 145, just complete nonsense getting thrown out. You have no idea what to do, you kind of have to wrestle him to ground him. But Ilia Topuria also has the defensive grappling to keep it on the feet, so I think that's also something that helps him, along with Steve Erceg back at 135, or 125 rather. We move. Lightweight. Islam Makhachev. A lot of people are going to be like, what? Islam literally outstruck Dustin Poirier in their fight. So I don't think there's literally nothing else you can say. Islam Makhachev is becoming one of the best fighters of all time. Soon but shortly, we will all see that this cousin fucker right here, he's gonna get to the top. He's gonna get to the top, and there's nothing we can fucking do about it. I had to pause my recording because I went out to eat, but that's besides the point. Back about Islam. His striking has looked better and better every single fight. We've seen him outstrike guys like Charles Oliveira, Volkanovski in the second fight, and he had great moments in the first fight as well. And now he didn't completely outstrike, but he outstruck Dustin Poirier, which is a huge feat that we don't see a lot of people do, because Dustin Poirier's boxing is very crisp, or nice to look at moments. But Islam, as an MMA striker, his striking has looked phenomenal as of recent, and I don't think anyone can debate that he is not the number one striker at lightweight. We move. Welterweight. This one's tough, because I wanted to go Michael Venom Page. I'm going to go Jack Della Maddalena. Michael Venom Page, his striking's good. He's unorthodox, if anything. His striking doesn't look super pretty. Jack's looks very aesthetically pleasing. As who's the hardest striker to fight in the division, I'd say it's Michael Venom Page, but also his takedown defense sucks. Jack Della Maddalena is more complete, and that kind of adds to his striking attributes. Him having takedown defense, or some version of takedown defense, allows him to stand up more. And Jack Della Maddalena's boxing is pretty good. His finishing ability is very high. We saw that in the Gilbert Burns fight, in a fight that he was down on all three scorecards, even though he really shouldn't have. But he was down on all three scorecards, and he came out with a fucking, very, very good wins for Jack Della Maddalena in the UFC. I think in a striking battle, he does well against literally everybody. I think Jack Della Maddalena has great attributes. His boxing, of course, is a thing everyone talks about. Yeah. He's also able to mix in kicks when he wants, so that also adds to his game. But as a just pure striker, boxing-wise, his defense is also pretty good. I think Leon is probably, besides Michael Venom Page, probably second to Jack Della Maddalena. But I think Leon Edwards is too low output for me to put him above Jack Della Maddalena. And he doesn't have enough finishes as well. We move. Middleweight. I went Sean Strickland. This is going to ruffle some feathers, because I'm going to have a couple of guys who are guzzling Israel Adesanya and be like, he's clearly the best striker, dude. He got outstruck by Sean Strickland. It's a stylistic matchup, dude. Stylistic nightmare. It's not how that works. It's not how that works, bro. If Israel is so good, he should have been able to hit Sean Strickland more. If Dreykus was able to do it, his striking is ugly as fuck. Dreykus' striking looks disgusting. If he's able to land on a guy like Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya 100% should be able to land on Sean Strickland, but he didn't. That's because Sean Strickland's defense is so good, his pressure is so debilitating. We've seen him do it to so many people at middleweight now. While boring, let's be honest, Sean Strickland isn't exciting. I don't think anyone is going to disagree with that. His his fighting style is very point heavy, I'd say. He isn't really going out there for finishes, even though he's like, I'm going to fucking rip this guy's head off, guys. He doesn't ever rip anyone's head off unless you're a gassed Dagestani in round 2. But his striking, especially like his boxing fundamentals and his boxing defense, as a defensive fighter, his defense does look wonky, but it is very effective. He has, I think, the highest defensive rate in, significant strike defense, 62%. That's fucking insane when you really think about it. So Sean Strickland, defensive-wise, very good. Offensive-wise, not very damaging, but his boxing fundamentals, like his jab, is very good. While it isn't doing a lot of damage, his teeps to the body work effectively as well. And, yeah, I'm going to go with recency. Israel Adesanya hasn't had besides the Alex Pereira KO, he isn't, 50-45ing people that he should. He got outstruck 49-46 by Sean Strickland. He got outstruck by Jan Blachowicz. He's had a very close fight with Robert Whittaker, who I also was thinking about putting up here, but Robert Whittaker's been KO'd too many times, and he's also been outstruck a couple of times. So I think it's kind of hard to put Robert Whittaker at number 1, but we move. Light heavyweight, Alex Pereira. This is the easiest one. This is actually the easiest one. I totally forgot about light heavyweight. This is the easiest pick in the entire fucking video. Everyone else at light heavyweight is dumb. Alex Pereira, just skill for skill-wise, is so much better than everyone else at light heavyweight, ranking-wise. Everyone else leaves holes. None of them have the X factor that Alex Pereira has, which is that dynamic KO power he has begun to be known for in that division. One left hook and you're on skates. Also, you got to factor in the kickboxing background, how he's able to dispatch of these guys. Striking, I don't see anyone at light heavyweight beating him in striking. The guy that I think could possibly do it is maybe Magomed, but that's because he has fear of the takedown threat, and maybe that'll mess up Alex. But in pure striking, nobody's going to do it. Alexander Rakic is very skilled, but his chin, he's too chinny. He would get murdered by Alex Pereira, which sucks because I like Alexander Rakic. I love his style. He's very cool to watch. Everybody else at light heavyweight, they sometimes look sloppy, or they're just not well tested enough, I'd say. Alex Pereira has outstruck Jan Blachowicz. He's outstruck Jamal Hill. He's beat and KO'd Yuri Prochazka twice now. The first fight was close, but the second one was a complete fucking shutout. So I think it's very hard to deny that Alex Pereira is that dude at light heavyweight. Move. Heavyweight. This was actually tough. I'm going to put Cyril Gane up there, but this is tough for me. Because I think Tom Aspinall and Alexander Volkov are very good strikers at heavyweight. Pavlovich's boxing was good, but he lost so much aura and so much respect from a lot of people after that performance against Volkov when he got completely shut out. But Cyril Gane, he is that striker at heavyweight. When you think of a heavyweight striker, you're thinking of Cyril Gane. The kickboxing, the footwork, the speed of him. Cyril Gane doesn't also have the grappling, so he's a pure striker. Besides the... Actually, he's gotten he got a takedown on Francis Ngannou, but that's besides the point. He's going to keep it standing because that's his wheelhouse. I think Cyril Gane's striking looks very fluid. It's very pristine to watch, even though he has had rough outs with Tai Tuivasa. Besides the knockdown, he really dominated Tai Tuivasa in their fight. He's also beat Volkov. He's beating all these guys like Spivak and Derek Lewis. He's completely outstriking them, dismantling them on the feet. I am a little worried for Cyril Gane because of the amount of inactivity that he is having with his career. I don't like it. I hate that he fights once a year now because he has the feeling that he needs to or some bullshit. But Cyril Gane as a striker, it is very hard to argue anyone above him. The only people I will accept above him are Aspinall or Volkov. Aspinall, I really almost went with him, but I think Aspinall also has very well exceeded just being a striker. He also has so much ground elements into his game that he wins some of his fights, or besides the Pavlovich fight, he's won a majority of his fights using the ground. Not really. He has a couple KOs on his record, but he also is just so much more powerful. When you look at styles and the pristine striking, you're really going to look at Cyril Gane. Tom Aspinall really has speed and power. He also is very smart on the feet, Tom Aspinall, but I think Cyril Gane also has very good IQ. So, yeah, that's the video. That's my best ranked striker in every division. If you agreed with anything I said, put it in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you disagree with anything I said, which honestly this video is very subjective. There's not like an objective best striker in every division. It all comes down to the eye test and what you believe is good striking. So yeah, put it in the comments below. I have one more video this week for you guys. I'm going to be card building 306. It has just come to the news that 306 will only have 10 fights, a 5-fight main card and a 5-fight prelim, which I think is fucking absurd, considering the fact that there are already 6 fights booked for 306. They spent too much money on the production, which is completely fine, but having 10 fights on a card is fucking nuts, especially a fucking pay-per-view. When the 6 fights already on there, they're good, but like, the best fight right now being Michel Pereira versus Anthony Hernandez is not good to me. That is not a thing that I like to see. But yeah, I'll see you guys in that video. Picks and breakdown for Vegas 94, Lemos, Jandaroba are going to come out most likely Thursday or Friday, whichever I'm feeling, depending on if they update the photos, rather. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.